I'd like to welcome in my guy, Ben Skowronek from the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the top special teams assassins in all of football. Ben, welcome to the show. The essence of being able to play offense and then have to transition your mind immediately to special teams, how hard is that to do? Or is it not hard at all?
It's gotten to be not hard. When I was a rookie and second, third year player, going from, playing offensive series to then covering a punt on, at a gunner, it was kind of hard to transition because it goes from, special teams like a one play mindset. Like you leave it all out there, one play offense. It's a little different. So early in my career, it was tough to kind of flip it and flip it back. And I struggled on offense, not being able to transition back to having it's almost like a more focused mindset, more calm on offense. You got to be relaxed, where on special teams, you got to be amped up or you're going to get your ass kicked. So I've been able to, as I've gotten older in this league, kind of transition better, being able to come to the sideline after play, reset, refocus, and then, get ready for that next series of offense or whatever the case may be. A lot of times, maybe in the game for a touchdown, instead of celebrating, I go to the sideline, I rip a smelling salt, and I'm like, all right, I got to go cover a kick. And then after the kick, I come back, I sit on the bench. I've been working on breathing, just, some good deep breaths, hold it, get my blood pressure down a little bit. And then it's, reshift the focus, look at the iPad, look what I need to see for offense. And it's just a cycle, man, just resetting between every special teams rep and kind of get going before the punt rep. So it's definitely a cycle.
You have to then calm your body down because offense, you got to be super still at the line of scrimmage, and you don't. It's more. It's not. It's more sudden. Or how would you describe the transition when you go back to offense?
Yeah, so I feel like I play best when I have a calm mind. I struggled, I think, my rookie year in LA a little bit, because I would have all this, I'd be jittery on offense. Right. And I remember I was in the huddle and they're just like, yo, calm down. And I'm like, I just got double teamed on punt. I'm amped up. Something like the vet offensive lineman, Rob Havenstein being one of them, Whitworth, Higbee. They're all just like, Sko, man, calm down. And they thought it was because I was a rookie, but it was really because it's a whole different game. That phase of the game is you get double teamed. They don't really call anything. You can do whatever you want to the people. And so you got to be amped up. And then for the offense, there's plays where we got plays within plays. You got to be sharp mentally. You got to see the defense. It's a lot. It's just a different game. You got to think more and kind of have a more of a still mindset.
Is it fair to describe being a gunner to it's all want to, right? It's all about, it's almost, I would almost describe it or liken it, because I played basketball, to just wanting to be an absolute lockdown defender. It's so much of it is mental.
Yeah, I'd say a majority of it is mental. I always prided myself when I was playing high school basketball being a lockdown defender too.
Lockdown defender.
But it's a mindset. There's definitely skill involved. But for the most part, at the end of the day, you got to beat the man across from you. Sometimes it's two men. This year, a couple times it's been three men. So you just got to have that mindset of nothing's going to stop me. I don't give a shit about anything else. But in the off season and stuff, you work skill, and then there's a lot of nuances within the game. Learning the rules, learning, there's going from college to pro. The special teams games is so different, especially with punt. They have the spread punt in college, where in the pros is pro style, and there's so many different rules, and just having a really good understanding of the game. And I've been fortunate to learn the game really well. My rookie year, I had a long time special teams coordinator, Joe D. Camillus, and he did a good job teaching me all the nuances, all the rules, and throughout the years, I've just been blessed to have. I had Joe D. Camillus for 2 years. I had Chase Blackburn. He's still in LA. And then now I have Danny Smith as a coach. And they're just very educated people, really good coaches, and they've taught me well.
How has special teams and being great at it, how has that allowed you or enabled you, Ben, to transition to becoming a better football player, particularly offensively as a receiver? The mentality, the physicality. Because you like you said, it's not necessarily the thinking man's game compared to offense. Like offense, you're thinking a lot. So how is the special teams? How has that enabled you to become better as a football player?
It's just like being a football player first. That's what Coach Tomlin always says. But honestly, like I didn't really play special teams at all in college. I played my freshman year a little bit on like kickoff return. Was never on any coverage units. But it's just made me appreciate the game even more. And the thing I really love about special teams is like there's a lot of defensive guys. There's some offensive guys. It's both sides of the ball come together, and in an NFL facility, not so much in Pittsburgh because we have Coach Tomlin does a really good job of like bringing the team together. But there's an offensive side of the ball, there's a defensive side of the ball. We're in separate meetings. You don't really interact with each other like all that much throughout the week, and then on game day you come together. But what I love about special teams is just you're in the meetings with offensive guys, defensive guys. You practice with them, whatever those periods of practice look like. So you just gain an appreciation for like the linebackers, the safeties. I kind of think lately I've been thinking, I was like, damn, man, maybe I shouldn't have played receiver. Maybe I should have played safety or something coming up.
Why?
I was a late bloomer, right? So like in high school, I had some good offers, but like I wasn't like a 5-star recruiter or anything. I was almost like recruiting the schools. I had to go to the camps. I had to reach out to the coaches and stuff. I wasn't being courted by, all these SEC schools and everything. But, I was a late bloomer. So receivers just kind of like what I played. I wasn't as physical in high school, at least earlier in high school, maybe like my senior year when I was bigger than people and whatever. But in college, I wasn't I didn't have a grown man body until, later. But now I'm like, damn, I could have played safety or like linebacker. I could have been damn good on defense. And I tease the defensive coaches now. I'm like, hey, man, like when do I have a package coming in? Like when can I be a dime backer? Stuff like that. I just enjoy hitting people. Typically not a trait that receivers have, but it does carry over in the run game for me a lot. And but the offensive game is so much fun. Like I meet with, Aaron, we watch film and stuff and like just learning the game and the X's and O's. It's just fun, man.
What surprised you about Aaron, or what's something about him that you were like, oh, I didn't anticipate that? Because I know you guys are really close.
I didn't anticipate him being like as down to earth as he is. I've been around a lot of great players, but he's like the most down to earth dude. He's just like a kid at heart that loves football. Like he loves to practice, he loves to play, he loves the preparation aspect of it, and he loves his teammates. So I didn't really like understand. I saw like all the negative headlines about him, whatever. Like everyone sees that, but the first time I met him, I was like, he's down to earth. Like he's asking about my family, he's asking about my wife, he's all this stuff, and I've never like experienced that from he's borderline like A-list celebrity. I've been out in the public with him, and he gets bombarded. I'm like, man, he's as down to earth as anybody I've ever met. He really likes Mario Kart.
Really?
He's not that good. He's not that good at it. I've been whooping his ass lately, but he's just a normal person, man, who happens to be the best thrower of the football of all time. So it's been fun to spend this year with him, and it's definitely something like he's in my opinion has the best arm to ever live. So like I don't know, it's just been fun. I watched him growing up, and now he's one of my best friends. So it's pretty cool.
Mario Kart on 64.
It's on the Nintendo Switch.
On the Switch. Who are your guys' go-to characters?
I picked the green guy. Like I think his name's Luigi. Like maybe it's like baby Luigi.
Yeah. And Aaron rocks with.
I don't know who he rocks with. I just focus on winning, Jordan.
You're a winner.
I'm competitive, man.
Yeah.
I just focus on winning.
You like to get there first. I think we've established that.
Yeah, and throw some bananas on the way, and crash out on some people. So
how would you liken Steeler fans to Notre Dame?
Very similar. They're both diehard fans. It's a part of the culture. Like at Notre Dame, the culture is football, and you felt that when you walked in the door. I remember the first time I went on my recruiting visit to Notre Dame. I walked through the doors, I saw all these Heisman trophies, all these trophies everywhere, and I'm just like, you feel it within the walls, you feel it on campus. When you go to the stadium, you can feel the greats that walk before you. And and not in a bad way. Like I love my time in LA. I think McVay's an amazing coach, has an amazing culture, but
It's just
it's different because that building was a temporary building we were in. It was on a college campus at California Lutheran. There was a great culture within that building. I love coming to work every day, but like I don't necessarily know if I felt that between the walls just because SoFi Stadium was a brand new stadium, stuff like that. And then I went to Houston. They were an expansion franchise. They didn't really have that at all. And then when I came to Pittsburgh, man, I remember I walked up the stairs for the first time. On the first floor, it's like the locker room, stuff like that. And then you walk up the stairs to the front office. I had to sign the paperwork and everything when I first got here. And I walked past all the Lombardis, man. Like I got Hines Ward, a picture of him right here, and like next to me there's Bill Cowher. There's just like Super Bowl pictures everywhere.
Me, Joe Green.
Yeah, it's everywhere, man. So like you feel that culture, and then you walk through the city of Pittsburgh, man. Like, not that I love being recognized in public and stuff, but the fans are super respectful, man. Like I'm eating dinner and a lot of times I just like sitting at the bar and just getting a quick meal and getting out of there. And the bartender's just like subtly at the end, he's like, "Man, keep kicking ass," or like whatever. And I don't know if he like recognized me, but he obviously did. And then at the end, he's just like gives a word of encouragement. I think that's real cool. Obviously, Acrisure Stadium has a ton of history. Previously Heinz Field, so for me, it's just like it's a sports town. It's a football town.
It is. Yeah.
They know about football. Like
that black and yellow, man. That's old school.
Yeah. I don't really know if there's another city that I guess Aaron says Green Bay's the same.
Green Bay's kind of it's smaller, but it has the same kind of feel.
It has the same feel. The fans are educated. They know what's going on. So it's been a lot of fun, man. Just coming in this building every day, you got to honor the greats that have walked before you. It's a privilege to play for the Steelers. Obviously, Mike Tomlin's done an unbelievable job here. Before him, Bill Cowher. And I grew up, my dad's from outside of Pittsburgh, so I grew up watching the Steelers. And, the guys like Troy Polamalu, Hines Ward, all those guys that I'm just like, man, I'm meeting in the same place they meet. I'm in the same locker room, same practice fields. So it's a blessing, man.
What's something about Coach Tomlin that maybe the average fan might not know? Is he funny? Does he tell jokes? Is there a less serious side sometimes? Because we as fans, we like to see, or we often see like, the football only.
I think there's a good balance of that. There's some jokes here and there, but it's all about, business here in Pittsburgh, which I like. There's not a whole bunch of outside drama. When we step in this building, it's about football. And I think as a team, like, everyone respects that. When we're in team meetings, he gets to the point. He keeps everybody accountable. And, I remember my first team meeting with him like yesterday, man. I'm sitting in there, my jaw almost dropped. I was like, man, like, he's a leader. He's a leader of men. I've enjoyed my time with him. I think he's an unbelievable coach. He gets the most out of you as a player. And if you're not performing, he's going to let you know about it. But he'll tear you down, or he'll build you up, and he's going to make you a stronger man. So I think everyone in this building can appreciate that. And just, he's got the resume. He's just a football guy, man. He always talks about how he's been, on a team his whole football life. Like, I forget the year. He's like, since whatever year, man, I've been on a football team every fall. And he respects the game, man. And I think, he's not a shortcut guy. He knows, no matter how many years he's been doing it, man, he's the first guy here, the last guy to leave. And he's just a football guy.
That is awesome, bro. And so are you. You are a football guy, man.
I like basketball too, though.
Yeah. How's your game?
Here's what happened. All right. Like in high school, I was a real good, not real good. I was always a hooper. I grew up in Indiana. Like I wanted to be
Fort Wayne, right?
Fort Wayne. Yeah. Indiana's a mecca of basketball, man. I wanted to play for the Indiana Hoosiers. I grew up going to all those games, man, like watching the movie Hoosiers, whatever. I was like, I'm a basketball player. The problem with me is once I figured out like I could touch the rim, all I wanted to do was dunk. So then I lost my jump shot, I lost my ball handling, but my dunk package was crazy.
In pregame warmups, you look like
pregame warmups, I was hitting 360s and stuff. Yeah. It was fun. And my basketball coach was like, "Why don't you work on your jump shot?" But Quick story: Iowa football came to watch me one day, and my basketball coach actually did a great job. We were a real good team. We had Caleb Swanigan. He was a 5-star recruit,
Purdue.
All-American,
Yeah.
Purdue. Krzyzewski, all these Izzo. They were coming to every one of our high school
To
games
see him, right?
To see him. But when the football coaches would come through practice to see me in the winter, the high school coach his name was Chris Johnson. We'd do layup lines real quick, and he would just let me just dunk, like whatever. And the football coaches love to see that. So
they're like,
Iowa came to watch the basketball practice. I went off the backboard, everything, and then I get my football coach. I leave. He's like, "Hey, this guy on the phone wants to talk to you." And the guy's like, "Man, I've never seen like a receiver dunk like that. Like, you have a full ride scholarship to Iowa." I'm like, "Man, that was like my first Big Ten offer. It was from them watching basketball practice." But
wow,
this
that
spring,
is so dope.
Aaron had us out to his house in Malibu. We were working out, and Durant was working out there too at Proactive out there in Westlake.
Yeah.
And there's a basketball court, and every football player thinks they can hoop.
Of course.
So Durant's working out, and I'm like, when am I ever going to be in a gym with Kevin Durant again?
Yeah.
So I went in. I was like, "Hey, KD." He's like, "What's up, bro?" We had talked a little before. He's like, "Man, you got to win for my guy Aaron, like whatever." So I was like, "Hey, KD, can you check out my jump shot?" So now my claim to fame is Kevin Durant said I got a good jump shot. He just said I need to hold the follow through just a little longer. So that's my claim to fame. I love basketball, but I am a football guy. I'd be like, I would be like
so sick.
Dennis Rodman or like Bill Laimbeer. That's what I would like.
Physicality,
Arthur Smith and Mike T. They're just like, "Man, you're Bill Laimbeer." I'm like, that's a little before my time. I'd say like,
you're
maybe like I know you work with him a little bit. Maybe like Draymond Green.
Yes.
Yeah. Dominates his role. So I appreciate you having me, man.
Dude, first of all, it's my pleasure. That is a great story. I thought you were going to say, "KD, throw me an oop." That's what I thought you were going to say.
Well, everyone's like the first pass, Ben caught from Aaron was a touchdown this year, whatever. Now the first pass I caught from Aaron threw me an alley-oop, and I don't know why. Jordan, you might know why, but I don't know why. After he threw me an alley-oop and at the training facility, Proactive, he looks at me and he said, "I did not expect that." And I'm like, "Why didn't you expect that, Aaron? Is there something about me you didn't expect me catching a hoop from you? Like, what's the reason why there?"
Oh my gosh, that is so good. Wait, he just threw like a basic. Did you do any windmill or did you just?
No, because I'm a little heavier now. I put on a little bit of weight playing football, so my vertical jump isn't as good. So it's on my Instagram. If you scroll
I have to see that.
I posted it as a reel, and I might have been off the backboard. I forget, but it was fun, man. Like I said, Aaron thinks he's a basketball player. Aaron's not a basketball player.
Aaron can't hoop.
He just he messes around with the hook shot threes, and I'm like, you're not a hooper when you're doing that.
Like, But he said to you, "I did not expect you to have that," and you were like, "What do you mean?"
He like looked at me. He's like, "I did not expect this." Like, why could that be? Why is that?
Great.
But it's all fun, man. We've had a great time this year so far, and we got a lot more football to play.
Ben, thank you so much for taking the time right here on the Schultz Report. We really enjoyed it. Congratulations on a terrific season, and we'll talk to you soon.